It's quite cold outside today. Not really sure why I chose to sit out here. Well, it's probably because my mum and my sister are home and I still find this whole talking to myself thing quite awkward. So today my sister and I went and saw Philomena, which is a movie about... There's a spider on me. Which is a movie about a woman who... an Irish woman who had a child out of wedlock, and her father was so disgusted and didn't know what to do that he sent her to an abbey where she gave birth to, and pretty much the nuns kind of, well, they kind of sold her baby, but I suppose you pay for adoption, but they, like, really without telling her and without really involving her in the process, they pretty much gave her family away to an American couple. Throughout this movie, I felt so angry at everything that was happening. I was furious with the ending. I was furious with the reaction that Philomena had when she found out that... I don't want to spoil the movie. She was furious when... she was upset, but not... She didn't react the way that I wanted her to. The other guy in the movie reacted exactly how I would have. He was tearing people apart and he was screaming at people on her behalf, even though that's not what she wanted. And I straight away knew that that's exactly what my reaction would be. I would want to rip these people to shreds and, you know, want to just... It's what confuses me about people who follow God so much, that they're supposed to be the righteous and the good human beings, when in this movie it's very difficult not to see them as the enemy and as the evil thing, like evil part of this movie, which is what they are. And they fully believe that what they did was correct and right, and that's how it should happen. But just... And you know what? This guy who was helping her was a journalist. Now, his name is Steve Coogan. I don't usually like him, but in this movie I actually quite did. Judi Dench was amazing. Philomena, the protagonist of the movie's name is... Oh shit. You know what? I don't even think she is the protagonist of the movie. I think she's the accompaniment, because the movie is completely about the growth of Steve Coogan's character. But he's a journalist, and he's an investigative journalist that doesn't usually do human interest stories. But that's what he decided to do for he, wanted something to do because he'd just lost his job, and this is what came along. And I just found it so interesting watching someone who has the career that I want, or, and watching him react the same way that I would in a situation, watching him get angry and passionate about the things that he was involved in. And that a lot of the time that's the way I react to stuff, and I really, a lot of people tell me I'll be a great journalist, and a lot of people make judgments about the fact that, I write this really well, or I write this way really well. But really, my journalism teacher told me that I write like a novelist and not like a journalist, which is something I have to fix. But the way that it felt odd watching someone have that kind of reaction that I would. But anyway, I highly recommend it. it actually, like, it actually surprised me. And it was this one point in time, this exact moment, where I knew exactly where the rest of it was going to go, but up until that time I was completely surprised. You know, like, nothing kind of went the way that I thought it should, or I thought it would. But it wrote the way that I would write it, if that makes sense. Oh, God. See Philomena, but prepare to cry. I cried, and I don't cry in anything. See Philomena.